Hello and welcome to the martial art world. I'm Cindy Ming, and I'm very glad to be here with my co-host George Strickland. This show has an international flavor with fighters from all over the world. First up is a Muay Thai bout with an American and an English fighter. Next, we have Wu Mei Kung Fu with Sifu Ken Lo. Next up, we'll have continuous contact team fighting with the USA team versus the South Africa team. My co-host George Strickland will tell you about the rest of the show.
Thank you, Cindy. We have Hapkido from the New York Martial Arts Center. And our second Muay Thai bout is between an English and Dutch fighter. So stay tuned. The Martial Art World will be right back.
The Martial Art World is sponsored in part by Inside Kung Fu and Inside Karate, the finest martial art magazines available anywhere. Look for them today.
Muay Thai boxing is a sport growing more and more popular in America. Let's go to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania and see Bob Carmel's championship Muay Thai boxing. The USA versus England.
We've got Ashley Guichard out of England. We've got Ronnie Lewis out of Baltimore, Maryland. We've seen members of an English team fight before, and they're very, very intense, very tough fighters. They do their stuff. They do it efficiently. They do it cleanly, and with a lot of tradition too. They like to stick to the feeling of the. When you look at something like this, which is different than our kind of boxing, in a sense, you add the tradition. What's the name of the headgear that the fighter's wearing?
It's the Monkan, John.
Okay, and it's part of the ritual.
Well, one thing you can see right off, you have a height difference between the two men, and we'll see who uses what to whose advantage.
Well, both men are in excellent shape. Of course, Lewis is a long, lean guy with a lot of reach, and Guichard is short and cut.
Yeah, he's put together.
He's definitely cut.
He's solid.
You know, there's not a whole lot of meat on him that isn't there for an exact reason.
Well, we shall see when the first round begins.
And that was Mr. Guichard sort of kicking a little dust on his opponent's ancestors or his grave or something. Tell us about it, Will.
Well, that move is the stamping the dirt in on the grave of the opponent. And that's exactly what it means. That you buried your opponent and now you're stamping the dirt in on top of him.
Well, let's take a look and see if this burial goes according to plans.
That does a whole lot without saying anything.
This is our first pro bout of the evening, and I expect it's going to be quite intense. So the audience is real quiet here, unusually quiet.
You can feel the intensity.
Okay.
Yeah, these men came out here; they're not going to play around.
Okay. Well, let's get back. We got our ace staff on the ready. Okay, it's going to be a fight now, folks. Now Lewis throws the first kick just to sort of establish a little range here. And Guichard is in a very defensive posture, ready to move at any moment. Guichard in the gold shorts, the blue gloves. Lewis in the red gloves and blue shorts. Both fighters feeling each other out.
Oh yeah, this is a pro bout. No one's gonna rush in without thinking and throwing a technique. So they'll get warmed up in a second, believe it. A little bit of psyching going on right now. Very hard roundhouse by Mr. Ashley Guichard. Oh yeah, the fighters are getting into the music and they're getting into the fever, so to say.
Getting into their own world.
Right.
I see the way Gouchard tried to push that hand out of the way to open up his opponent. He's got a very hard roundhouse, absolutely.
And a nice fist coming back off the American. Oh, he got popped to the chin. He's got the leg. They're into the clinch. Very nice, good action.
Whoa, a lot of leather getting thrown up there. Well, referee coming in to break it up.
A good move by referee Ron Ott.
Both men establishing some very fast hands in there, George.
Oh yeah, they're trying to tag each other real quick to gain respect and dominance.
But you're right, they're still feeling each other out. Nobody wants to make any mistakes. They both have knockout power.
Excellent overhand right by Ashley. But he received a straight left hand as they tie up here in the corner. The referee gives him a chance, locks him in, and now he's going to pull him out.
Whoa! Uh-oh. I'm telling you, Lewis just hit Gouchard on the break, and he's mad, and his lip is bleeding, and the referee's taking a point away for that. 1 point deduction.
Well, we saw Gouchard spit a little blood there, John.
Didn't look too good to me, but I don't think there's any stops out now.
Well, he has a true spirit of Muay Thai, which is the Jayen, cool heart. No matter what's going on, you got to keep cool. You have to think and fight with intensity, but with a cool head. And that's what he's trying to do. He's covering up nice. A lot of Ronnie Lewis's punches are missing. Oh, he's got him now. He's got some permanent damage done. He broke something. He broke something.
He definitely hurt Lewis. I think he hurt. He definitely hurt Lewis. I think that's it.
Oh yeah, he threw a right hand,
George?
and his hand or his wrist, one or the other.
Might be his arm. I see a little bone problem there.
Yeah, it's right on the forearm, the lower part of the forearm toward the wrist. Looks like he might have fractured it.
Well, I'll tell you. Gouchard is. I don't know if we really got a chance to see the full might of Mr. Ashley Gouchard out of England, but Ronnie Lewis got stopped here with an injury. Well, that first pro match of the evening turned out to be a real action-packed mini match.
It doesn't take long, John.
I never said it did in this Muay Thai.
Wu Mei is said to be the predecessor of Wing Chun. Let's talk to Sifu Ken Lo about Wu Mei.
Wu Mei is actually hard and soft, internal, external, long range, short range, northern, southern. This is the saying that Wu Mei really encompasses all of the different components of Chinese martial art. So how is it that I can do this? Did Wu Mei combine different martial arts? Is Wu Mei a blend of different martial arts? All martial arts in China had a beginning, and depending on when it began, there were, of course, other forms and other methods. So those methods made up the component parts of new styles as they were being created. I think that an important time in China's history was in the 16 and 1700s. Martial art was on the verge of changing from just military art to something more. What is this more? I think a part of it is elements that has come from meditation practice, spiritual practice, from medicine. The internalization of a lot of the external forms. So instead of just thinking about punching and kicking, how a punch is created, how a kick is created, how it's generated, that force, that energy, became different. And the difference in that energy is what internalized martial art. So the internal aspect of Wu Mei is simply that we care about how energy is generated in powering a punch or a kick. But that internal aspect also cares about our consciousness. How does that make us different? Are we only thinking about hurting people, or are we thinking about developing ourselves as individuals? So that internal aspect goes beyond just becoming a better fighter, also a better person. External, why do we have any external components if we can internalize and refine ourselves? The only way we can manipulate the environment, the only way we can do things, act, is through our body. Our energy externalizes through the body. It runs through the sinews. We utilize our sinews, then our power comes out. And we can manipulate things. We can get more strength. We can be more accurate. So the external aspect must remain. There always has to be a athletic component, a performance component to martial art. Otherwise, it no longer is martial art. It's just yoga, or it's meditation, or it's medicine, or therapy. But martial art is more than that. It's more than just one thing. It's many different things. So I think that Wu Mei is a very complete martial art in that it encompasses the elements necessary for fighting, but it also deals with things that have to do with development of self. Northern, Southern, Wu Mei was the daughter of a general in the Imperial Army in the Ming Dynasty. So she learned martial art of China's rulers. So of course, Northern martial arts would be included. You couldn't ignore that large segment of martial art. And later, Wu Mei entered the Shaolin Temple, and she learned different Shaolin forms as well. So they became incorporated into the Wu Mei method. How is it Southern? The most classic example of Southern martial art is the Southern shorthand styles, such as white eyebrow and dragon style, praying mantis. These center line styles work with close range fighting, mostly hand, much fewer kicks. Wu Mei has movements like that. And in fact, in the Shaolin Temple, the Bap Mei priest and Wu Mei were contemporaries. They were friends. They knew each other. So they exchanged much information. They influenced each other. So Bap Mei style and Wu Mei have some similarities. So here you see north and south. You see long and short, internal, external.
Another sport growing in popularity in the United States is continuous contact team fighting. Let's go to George and John at ringside.
Now the Americans will be wearing the traditional American red, white, and blue colors, lest you don't recognize them. And our South African team is wearing the green with the yellow stripes. There'll be a different variety of hand gear and headgear on these teams, but both teams wear the team colors. That is our center referee, T. Rondo Van Cleef. There's one coach allowed on each side for the fighter, one assistant coach to give water or whatever the fighter may need, an adjustment in equipment. Now the rules here. Very clear. You need to have good contact on the kick or the punch for a point to be called, and then the referee will then award that point at the end of the match. Those points will be totaled up, and the accumulated score for each fighter on each team will give the total team score.
Good combination inside by the American. a little bit of feeling out the first 20 seconds, and now starting to heat up a little bit. You just want to constantly make contact. And it
Nice
seems,
kick there.
Oh, excellent. It seems if you can keep your man going backwards, you can score continuously on him.
Ooh.
But you got to watch
Good
yourself coming in.
there. The American's hit in the nose. I think he's bleeding. No. It's a slightly red nose.
Yeah, slightly, but he's been throwing roundhouse.
He just gave a good shot to his opponent. Nice kick.
Yes,
good technique.
yes. Very good, clean technique.
The kind of technique Benny the Jet Urquiza has used to break the ribs of his opponent many times.
Good roundhouses, good little attempt for a sweep. And there are a lot of points.
Now, the American Jerry Maloney and the South African Josh Cloet.
You can hit a thump.
Really, these guys are going at it.
Most definitely.
That was a very close punch, just missed there. It really would have been quite a devastating shot, and Maloney was able to get out of the way of that.
That's very lucky for him, because that was a short left hook.
Beautiful. He just stunned his opponent with that jump spinning back, and he executes it just right on the lower ribs, just in the midsection. Whoa!
And he
nice
sets it up.
flurry.
Very good combination. He sets up that spinning back kick real easily by throwing a couple of jabs around.
Whoa!
He's taking some shots, and he returns the left hook to the head.
He took 2 or 3 good shots to the head. This is round 2. Jerry Maloney and Josh Cloet. Rick, give us a quick rundown on the rules, how the points are accumulated and scored.
Well, John, this is scored on a 10-point must system. That means that the winner of each round must receive 10 points. The loser of the round would receive 9 points or less. Now, what they're judging here is if one person edges the other out, the score would be 10-9. If it's a very decisive victory, it would be 10-8. The only way it would be 10-7 if someone got a point taken away or there was a disqualification. They're judging here on a variety of things. Number one is the balance of hand and foot techniques, and as well as sweeping. All those techniques are permitted. However, there must be control. They also look at the cleanness of the technique.
Who is accumulating the points here? How many judges are there, Rick?
We have 3 judges, and each is scoring at the end of the round on that 10-point must system.
The American just got a deduction. Now, then
was that a caution or was that a point taken away?
We'll sort that out. I just want to get the clear rules, and then we take the accumulated bouts for the winning team.
Of the 3, we take for each match, you take the score of the 3 judges and you total them. Now, if there's a tie, then the judges must raise a flag for one player or the other. There cannot be a tie.
Okay, so after these 2 men have fought it out, we're going to take this score and add it to the score of the next fight to get the cumulative total to see which team won. Stunning punch to the head, put Jerry Maloney down, took the headgear right off. That South African just surprised the American fighter with one heck of a punch.
Okay, now John, what you're looking at, this is not full contact fighting, so that's an excessive contact. Quite possibly they'll take a point away for that blow. It's supposed to be light touching to the head, not head blasting like you're going to see in a full contact fight.
Well, and Rondo Van Cleef, Tom Festa, and the South African coach are discussing it right now. They're going to talk to their fighters, and we'll get a ruling right here. So the concept here, if I get it, Rick, is for each individual match to stand on its own, and this is not then accumulating team points for a winning team at the end of the day.
Each match to stand on its own.
Okay. Thank you very much, Rick Pacetta. Okay, George, we're back.
Devastating right hand.
Was really a shot, and actually, Rick had said that the contact situation could indeed have disqualified the fighter or taken a point away. But in this case, the judges have determined that these 2 men are very evenly matched. They have been going at exactly the pace they want, and so they're going to let that contact represent the level of contact that these men can exert in this particular fight.
Well, that was a textbook right
it surely
to the jaw.
Took the helmet right off.
Caught him right on the point of the chin, turning the head.
I know you love to watch this kind of fighting, George.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Slip
there. Whoa, time. And folks, if there's no beanbag, listen for the siren horn. All right. Josh Cassis Cloet. And it was obviously that decisive knockdown which gave it to him as opposed to took it away.
But it was a clean,
very
crisp technique,
nice
caught
fight.
the man coming in. Excellent
Very,
fight.
very nice fight. Our next bout is the USA team, Tan Nguyen against Minar Foulard from the South African team. I believe that we're going to have a change in the center referee. This one is going to be a gentleman from New York, martial arts instructor, very well-known promoter and team member. I believe it's going to be Mr. Doug Peoples.
I think he
Mr. Douglas Peoples, one of the top-ranked competitors on the sport karate circuit in the executive. I believe it's the executive division. You can always come and tell me I'm wrong. Excellent officiating in this WAKO league.
Okay, you got a little bit of height difference here. So the leg lengths and the arm lengths.
But when you see Mr. Nguyen go, he's definitely got he's got less than the reach inside. But he's a tough fighter.
Oh yeah, no question about that.
And he's
good left-right, double left-right combination, and by the African fighter. And he caught a right hand.
These Americans have trained very, very, very hard to be here.
Momentary timeout. Probably unintentional errant blow under the belt. But as far as the boxing and the hands go where this is concerned, jabbing and, crosses and overhand rights are very important for this type of scoring. So head bobbing is going to be key here. A lot of lateral movements necessary. Good kick, right in straight front kick. Good left hand.
And Mr. Nguyen got a few hands on the head there.
Oh yeah.
It's hard for him to get in there. Fighter's got a much longer reach. You really pinned that at the beginning.
And the overhand right. You got to keep your opposite hand up when you throw blows. Got to move that head.
South African fighter thinks he's got his opponent measured up here.
He does. He's good overhand, but he's not covering at the body.
The back of the head.
Right.
He's pulling the fighter and hitting, and that's actually not going to get you points in this.
No, because he's leaving the body open as he comes in. He's strictly head under.
He seems to be the aggressor in the clinch. Although Nguyen is bringing the fight to him.
Good lateral movement there, and a good stiff jab. Oof. The fighters are slipping a lot because of the floor here.
He really kind of beat Nguyen right out of the ring there. He hit him about 3 or 4 times good.
He's getting a standing 8 count.
Dougie Peoples giving him a standing 8 count. He doesn't look altogether comfortable in that headgear. There may be some adjustments yet to be made.
That left hand jab by the South African fighter is key. As in boxing, the left jab sets everything else up. You can do it with the hands or the feet.
Really got the distance on him. And that was a low kick that went into the thigh area of the American fighter, and Dougie Peoples cautioning the South African to be careful.
South African looks like he has a little bit of boxing in his background by the way he's getting off on.
Whoa! That
fancy
was a
hook
very
kick in there.
Technique. He seemed to get right on the face of his opponent too.
Yeah, he faked the low roundhouse and came around with a high hook to the head. Not powerful, but it looked pretty. Good left-right combination.
That really sent the head of
right down the pike.
That sent Minar Foulard's head back.
Oh yeah.
Time. Okay.
Well, those lefts and rights, John, if you walk straight in, just like in boxing, you'll find yourself on the floor rather quickly.
Quite a fight, George. We'll be back for round 2. Okay. South Africa, Minar Foulard. The USA, Tan Nguyen. George Strickland, John Burke for the martial art world.
All right.
Let's see what happens in the second round. Whoa!
All right, a few things were established the first round with these two gentlemen. Respect, number 1, and number 2, they can hurt each other, which is not the posture they should be taking. But contact, especially head contact, is continuing.
Now Nguyen just managed to remind Fullard that he's here for the duration.
Oh, sure. Definite left-right combination inside to the head.
It's hard for him to get in that reach advantage.
Very hard. What he'll have to do is take an advantage from an angle and lunge in. And the South African, what he'll have to do basically is just keep extending that jab to keep him out.
Now they're adjusting Nguyen's helmet a little bit. That may make a difference.
Both men actually
look tight enough to me, though. As you and I both know, that the helmet position
very
can be a very
important.
crucial part of the fight.
Both for vision and comfort.
Absolutely.
And protection. Since they are allowing kicking to the head, you need it on. Slipping as he lunges forward. The American. All right, a lot of infighting going on. And as usual, slipping on the floor. Good side kick.
South African fighting from inside. I don't know if
which
that's
is not
really
where he wants to be. That's not his advantage, John. He will get beaten inside. Nguyen is very good inside with his hands, and he can use his leverage to get to the body. The taller fighter should use the leverage from his height and distance and range. A little bit of mauling going on in hand takedowns.
a little bit of elbowing, too.
Most definitely.
I saw the South African stick his elbow in there, trying to use it in a wrestling fashion. Didn't look too good from here.
Called as a slip. Both
Looked
men
like
continue.
a slip to me.
Good block of that low roundhouse. All right.
A very exciting match. Menard, Fullard. Looks like he's been in a few fights before, George.
Yeah, he's got a few
Look at
fronts
that
missing.
smile.
That's definitely not a guy you want to pick on.
Well,
But he fought well.
We'll see Tom Nguyen again.
Okay, the U.S. is
back.
down
2-0.
2-0.
Well,
We're
let's
gonna have
see
to
if-
make a comeback.
Let's see.
Let's go to the New York Martial Arts Center and speak to instructor Dave Herbert about the Korean art of Hapkido.
Hi, it's Mira Popkin with Martial Art World. We're here at New York Martial Arts Center with David Herbert, and we've been observing his class, and now we'd just like to ask him a couple of questions. What style of martial arts do you teach here at New York Martial Arts Center?
Okay, basically we teach Hapkido and Taekwondo.
There's a huge variety of people in your classes. Is that the attraction to, is Taekwondo allow for anyone from age, 80 or older to as young as, 5, 6, 7? Or?
Okay, basically we have people in class from age, in the adult class from age 12 up to 54. Okay, actually 58. Okay, anyone can do it if they have first the desire, and second a little bit of the will to be consistent and to follow through with their plans.
Do most people stay in the martial arts?
Most people. A lot of times people they come and go and come and go because sometimes life is like that.
Yeah.
Right? But generally we get a very a consistent group where if you see them for 6 months and maybe you don't see them for 2 months, you'll see them again 2 months later. So a lot of people here have been in class, out of class, traveled, moved away, came back. But it's an ongoing process. So whenever you start, you begin the first step of this journey. You take a break, you come back, you continue where you left off. So you don't start from the beginning. You're always progressing one way or the other.
If you had to give basic principles of what you teach through, I know that's a really hard question because it's probably different for every person, but basically, is there a foundation that you have here?
Okay, I'll give you some of the basic principles. If you want, we can use this diagram on the board also.
Sure.
I'll use this diagram to explain a little bit about it. Okay. we have body, mind, spirit, soul. Whenever you do anything, whether it's playing tennis or doing computer work or doing martial arts, it's never just your body. It's always your body, mind, spirit, and soul. The Hapkido technique has many facets and many physical techniques, right? But basically, they help us to understand the rest of us, okay? And it's more for living life than it is for defending against death.
Do people know that when they're doing kicks and punches that this is what they're doing to their body?
Okay, what happens as people progress, we begin to teach more and more, because a lot of times when you show something on a board, it's something that's separate from you, right? To really know something, it has to be a part of you. You have to experience. If I say, here's a strawberry, and I explain to you the makeup, right? The chemical makeup and how it's grown, right? I can teach you everything about it, but if you don't taste the strawberry, you don't know what the strawberry is, right? Once you taste the strawberry, everything I say about it afterwards will be much clearer. You will know, not just have an intellectual understanding of, oh, what it could be. You will definitely know. Okay, so what we teach also is that to know what's happening, not theories, right? To do, and by doing, you learn, right? And the more you learn by doing, the more you can learn. So it's a never-ending process.
Now back to Philadelphia for exciting Muay Thai boxing with England versus Holland.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got Paul Hamilton out of England in the white shorts on the blue side, and we've got, hold on a second, we've got Mahel Grot out of Holland on the red side. Now, I saw Mr. Paul Hamilton fight before, and he did a very nice job dispatching his American counterpart. I understand that some of these fighters from the UK have faced these Dutch fighters before, and there's a little bit of a rivalry, so we're going to see what happens here when these two teams meet up again. But I've got George Strickland at my right, I've got Will Donahue at my left, and we're going to call this Muay Thai professional boxing match for you. And Mr. Hamilton is banging on the grave of his opponent.
This man in the ground. Got his attention.
All right, Will?
Yeah, I was over in Manchester, England in January. I was watching Paul Hamilton and Paul Bates train, and they were really pouring it on then. And that was just before their fight up in Holland. Now, I'm not sure what the outcome was, but I know that the rivalry is hot between Britain and Holland. Manchester, not London, is the capital of Muay Thai in Britain.
But Hamilton's an impressive young fighter. I like his style. He's got a good, intense personality, and you can get him angry real quick and real easy. So we'll see how this goes. Now, I know from my experience that most of the Dutch martial artists I've seen have been very intense. And Hamilton is really laying it on there.
He's
doing arrows,
yeah. Shooting arrows.
Shooting some arrows, some Cupid's arrows at his opponent. And, he's gonna dig a little hole there, is that it? Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's really laying it on, Dad.
And now one more stamp.
I love the psyching that's going on now.
Stamp.
I love it. He says he wants to make sure you heard the first stamp.
And the referee is looking over because he wants to make sure whether he's got to get in there and separate the fighters before the fight. But I don't think he's going to have to do much separating. However,
that was a message and a half, John.
All right, now Mr. Grunt is going to go over. I think he's going to do a little stamping too. Okay, this is what happened with the American and the English fighter the last time. However, let's hope Mr. Grunt puts on a better defense than that American fighter did in his last match. Okay. The referee
never
still
want
has
to give your man any extra incentive to hit you or kick you.
Well, our referee likes it his way. You know, we start out with a certain amount of sportsmanship here in the USA. We does it our way, and we does it good. So if you're going to be playing our sports in our place, you got to do it our way, which is just start out with a little touch of gloves, eh? That's all we want. Now you can go and beat him up if you want. Right? Now you can go and beat him up if you want.
Referee Ron Ott likes to run a tight ship here.
I like the ref. He's a nice man. I've had a lot of fun watching him work, and he's good. He's good at what he does. Well, so far the Dutch fighters already put on a better show than the American that fought Paul Hamilton last time.
Well, they're posturing and they're laughing as they block the low roundhouses apiece to see who can shoot in first. And this is going to be a very hot fight. I'll tell you that. These boys both have some stuff. Both of these men are extremely determined. And there'll be no holds barred as far as trying to take the other man out. You can see that look in both of their eyes.
I think this action's just going to speak for itself. You can play all the games you want before the fight, but what goes down in the ring is the real thing. And we're getting a nice exchange of really good techniques of Muay Thai, real true Muay Thai here tonight between these two fighters. The true spirit of the fighting spirit of Muay Thai from Thailand is called Jai Yen, which means literally cool heart. It's not about anger, but it is about intensity.
Hamilton in the white shorts, Grot in the red shorts.
Those inside thigh kicks that you'll see Paul Hamilton trying to work on Miguel are much harder than the outside thigh kicks. They're really much more damaging. And we've got a great exchange going back and forth. They're kicking, they're blocking, they're just picking things off. It's beautiful. This is Muay Thai.
What do you think, George?
Well, both men are looking for an advantage. I think they've gained each other's respect. Good knee.
Just on the side of the
head. It was just a slip. But it still sent the message. No one likes to hit the canvas. Now Mr. Groat's trying to muscle. He's being muscled back by Mr. Hamilton. Referee's breaking both men. A good
nice
leaping roundhouse kick to the head was blocked and received a left and a right combination coming in by Mr. Hamilton.
Hamilton is relentless now. I can see it on his face.
Oh, yeah. Well, both men have no intentions of this going too long. You can see that. They're both loading up. We'll see. Lunging attack by Mr. Groat. Ooh. One thing about Muay Thai, you got to keep your hands.
Got to keep everything up. Up, up, up. Grot, Hamilton.
Right.
Okay. Actually, the word might be Groat, but since no one came over to correct us, we're going to go with the man's name is G-R-O-T. Michael Groat.
Right.
Whoa.
Good exchange.
Whoa. Not first time I've ever seen Hamilton hit the canvas.
Excellent knee to the kidneys by Mr. Hamilton. Two, three knees to the head.
Like the last one hit him on the corner of the head, he's cut. He's cut.
But three of them hit him in succession before he went down.
Now he wants, Grot wants in.
Oh,
Grot
yeah.
wants to fight.
He wants to fight,
He wants to fight.
He was pinned and then kneed successively.
He got three good shots trying to get out of the way of that, and the last one caught him. What do you say, Will?
Okay, Paul Hamilton's trainer, Tony Moore, is noted for his in-close techniques, his grappling techniques, and you can see it in Paul Hamilton, how he pulled his head to the side. He's a specific technique that's just not wrestling around. He aimed to get that position and pumped in three concessions knees.
Hamilton just gave Groat an elbow in the close-in that sort of closed the door to this one. That's it. Doctor's not going to let this continue. All right for Hamilton. English fighter's a tough guy.
The martial art world is sponsored in part by Inside Kung Fu and Inside Karate, the finest martial art magazines available anywhere. Look for them today.